Tech Tuesday at XL Bikes.
Hey guys, I'm here with Josh from XL Bikes. He's going to go over different types of chain loops to use and different conditions.
Hi, I'm Josh with XL Bikes. We're here for our Tech Tuesday update. Today we're going to talk about different chain lubes and when to use them and what conditions. We're going to start off, these are going to be wet lubes. And with that, what that means is these, when we apply them and they actually dry, they're not going to fully dry. So when you touch them, they're going to feel a little wet. These type of lubes we're going to use in wet conditions because they are going to stay wet, which would actually accumulate dust for you and is going to start dirtying up your chain. Moving on, we've got our Rock and Roll Gold and our Purple Extreme. These are going to be called dry lubes. And we call them that because once they're applied on the chain, we give it some time, it's actually going to be dry to the touch. So a couple benefits of that is they're not going to actually pick up dust. These are great for actual Arizona riding conditions. Rock and Roll is really good because as you apply it, you will notice that it will start dropping out. You'll kind of see the dirt and everything start coming out of your chain. So it actually helps clean your chain while it actually puts a coating on there to keep the dirt off of it. The Purple Extreme is actually a synthetic lube. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to clean your chain, and then also it'll go on dry so that way it's not going to collect dirt for you. These two lubes mainly are going to have to be used almost, we look at about every ride to use those lubes.
When I have to apply it every time, do I just add more or do I got to do something to the chain before?
No, so when you're ready to apply it again, we'd recommend taking a rag and wiping the chain down and getting all that loose dirt off of there. And even a gear brush is not a bad idea because then you could even knock the dirt off of your cassette.
Okay.
Moving on from there, with what we've finished with our dry lubes, we've got what are still going to be considered dry lubes, but they're actually a wax-based lube. So what happens is when you put this on, it almost goes on. It's to me, it goes on almost looking like Elmer's glue, but not going to be thick like that. But once it dries, it actually dries clear. The wax lubes are coating the chain and basically sealing it to keep dirt particles out of there. The big advantage to wax lubes, one, they aren't going to pick up dirt. Two, they're going to last a lot longer. I run the Squirt chain wax on there. I'm looking at lubing my chain every couple of weeks, where based on the dry lubes, you're lubing about every ride or every other ride. Wax lubes are great. They're going to stay really well, but same thing, in between applications, you're going to want to wipe off the old stuff or at least wipe the chain down to get that dirt and debris out of there, and then go ahead and reapply your wax lube over the top. Nice thing too with wax lubes is they actually really quiet down your drivetrain quite a bit, so you're not getting a lot of chain chatter. To kind of recap, we've got our wet lubes where they're going to stay wet to the touch, pick up a little more dirt and debris, but are going to be used in wet conditions, rainy weather, that kind of stuff. Not the most recommended for Arizona. We've got our dry lubes here. Going to use them a little more often, but going to keep your chain from picking up that dirt, debris. A lot of these are actual self-cleaning too as well. They're going to help clean the chain for you. Get into our wax lubes. Wax lubes, we're not going to have to actually lubricate as much. Kind of puts a little wax shell on everything there to keep your dirt and debris out of there, and just gives you a little longer chain life. No matter any one of the lubes you choose, just make sure you keep that chain lubed. Tune in next week and learn how to deep clean your chain here on Tech Tuesday at XL Bikes. Like I said, gonna